This video is sponsored by Babbel. Stick around to see how you can get 60% off your subscription today.
Maybe you can knit me a sweater.
I'll knit you some panties. I'll make them all pink and red. Put a little bell on them. Dig-a-dig-a-dig.
At this point, I've made a lot of videos about a lot of different topics, most of which old TV shows, most of which old bad reality shows. And when it came to bad reality shows in the mid-2000s, no one was quite the juggernaut that MTV was. They just spit out bad reality show after bad reality show, most of which were bad dating reality shows, with ones like Parental Control, Next, Date My Mom.
Daniel's a great kid, but he's a little cocky.
Cocky? Damn right I am.
But I think the one most people remember is Room Raiders, where one lucky contestant would choose between 3 other singles, not based on their looks or charm, but by what's inside their bedrooms. And you have to admit, that's a really good idea. Regardless of how not sober the people who came up with the idea were, that doesn't matter, we have it now. Now I wanted to make this video because the episode we're going to be taking a look at today is one that I have not covered, but many other have. And that's the main reason why we haven't watched it yet on this channel, but someone recommended it in the subreddit and we've watched so many shows, at this point who cares? Now this episode specifically is from Room Raiders Gone Wild. That was a thing, I guess. More specifically, it's titled Beauty and the Geeks.
My name is Sarah. I'm 22 years old, and I'm a writer here at a magazine in San Diego.
So first we meet Sarah and find out what kind of guy she's looking for.
My top 2 turn-ons are someone who is intelligent, and the jawline is a huge thing for me. If you have a good jaw structure, that's fantastic.
So I guess just smart and attractive? Okay, suit yourself, Sarah.
Sarah's going to inspect the rooms of these 3 guys.
My name's Kenneth. On my free time, I like to brush up on my super cool skills of dancing. I would definitely have to say my worst quality is my man breasts. I'm filling into an A cup now.
There's no way this guy wasn't grown out of a bottle in an MTV lab for this show, because he is a culmination of every guy on all of these shows put together.
Over the years, I've sort of accumulated a fascination with different types of grasses.
I feel like they just ran out of shit to say. Is that all you got? Look, man, I don't know what you want me to tell you, alright? I was vulnerable with you guys, talking about my breasts. I don't know what else I can say. You were supposed to have this shit ready to... God damn it. I mean, if you want, I can rip out some grass and talk about that. You know, that might actually work.
My name's Caleb, I'm 19, and I'm a student at San Diego State University. And I do a pretty good Napoleon Dynamite impression.
Can you guys give me some chapstick from MTV? That'd be sweet.
I'm pretty sure like 1 out of 5 guys in 2005 had a Napoleon Dynamite impression. I'm just surprised it took them this long for one of the contestants on this show to do one.
My name is Dane, I'm 22, and I work in a skateboarding warehouse. In my free time, I play frisbee golf. I do what I want, and I think what I think, and if a lot of people around here don't, that's not my loss.
Yeah, Dane's definitely the chill one out of the bunch. I can't wait to see their chemistry. Ahora que conocemos a todos es hora. I'm sorry, guys. I've been trying to learn Spanish recently, and sometimes I just unintentionally start speaking it on accident. But now that we're on the topic, it's a perfect time for me to quickly thank the sponsor of today's video, Babbel. Babbel is one of the top language learning apps in the world with over 10 million subscriptions sold. Babbel offers 14 languages for you to choose from, and their intuitive lessons center on learning through real-life conversations, which is huge. I've been wanting to learn Spanish for years, so I was excited to partner with Babbel and finally make that a reality. What I love about Babbel is, unlike other language apps, they help you prepare for real-life conversations, and because of that, Babbel is scientifically proven to help you start speaking a new language in 3 weeks. And you don't even have to spend that much time out of your day working at it to get there. You could just do 10 to 15 minutes a day and still see results. Aside from just wanting to learn Spanish in general, it's also a great way to work on my own self-improvement and learn new things, so maybe that's you too. Before using Babbel, the only Spanish I knew was "Donde está el baño?" But now I know other phrases like "Me trae la cuenta," so if I'm at a restaurant, I'm set. Unless, of course, they don't speak Spanish. In that case, I'll just speak English. And Babbel offers a variety of different subscriptions, including a lifelong subscription. So if any of you guys out there are looking to learn a new language, I highly recommend you use the link in my description and get 60% off your own Babbel subscription. I hope you guys do, and if so, let me know what language you want to learn. I'd love to hear it in the comments down below. But anyways, thank you to Babbel for sponsoring, and now back to Room Raiders.
The guys have no clue they are about to be abducted. By busting in on them, they will have no chance to clean up or hide anything.
Now this is the part of the show where the contestants' acting abilities are stretched to their absolute limits when they're being kidnapped from their homes. Like, I mean, really testing their limits.
All photos of them will be disguised.
Caleb? No time, let's go.
Where am I going?
Right here, get in the van.
Imagine if like one of them signed up for Room Raiders on accident. Like they meant to do Next or something like that, and then they just get in the back of the bus like, this doesn't look like the Next bus at all. Wait, is this Room Raider? Oh fuck, my room.
My name is Sarah.
Oh, hot
Damn. That's a perfect face.
And I'm gonna pick one of you three to go on a date with me. But I do get to go through all three of your rooms.
Oh, man.
I have my handy spy kit here with me, so I hope you guys clean up.
And of course, the famous spy kit. Basically just a glorified glove holder, because that is all they use it for, to touch nasty shit. Sometimes there's a magnifying glass, sometimes tweezers, sometimes a blacklight.
Oh, check out those shoes.
Check out that belt.
Check out those shoes. Check out that belt. Check out that vest. Can you just fucking hit play, please?
All right, I'm at house number 1. Looks kind of residential.
Yeah, houses in neighborhoods tend to be residential in nature.
I hope he doesn't live with his mom. I like an independent man.
I live with my mother, so she'll probably hate me now.
What are you talking about? None of you look old enough to drink. Who cares if he lives with his mom?
Looks like we have company. Hi. Are you his little sister? Yes. Nice to meet you.
What if the sister was like super mean to her, like she was just really sour? So, tell me about your brother. Well, for one, he doesn't date sluts. Where's his fucking room?
All right, let's go.
That'd be awesome if your sister's head just spun around and she vomited all over everyone.
Dude, like, what if your sister's head just starts spinning around and, like, vomiting everywhere? Yeah, and she... Wait, why did you say that? I was just making conversation. Don't.
What's your brother's name? Kenneth. Kenneth? Yes.
It's a strong name.
I can tell.
Well, at least we know what they say in the van is not planned out.
It looks clean. Clean's good.
Looks like a rest home.
Looks like a hotel room.
Took the words out of my mouth. I was just about to make the same exact joke. What the fuck is this bedroom?
Oh my.
Star Trek plates.
Star Trek plates is a good one.
Okay, that's a little different. I'm not really into that sci-fi stuff.
What a nerd.
Laugh out loud.
So if you notice, the quality of this is quite terrible. Basically, there's just a handful of episodes that were ripped off someone's VCR 9 years ago on YouTube. That's it. You can't buy it anywhere, you can't stream it anywhere, so this is what we get. I say that because when I first watched this, I thought that the guy that was like, oh, you're such a nerd, I thought he then said, laugh out loud.
Nerd.
Laugh out loud.
To which I was gonna make a joke like, oh, you can't just call someone a nerd and then say laugh out loud in the same sentence. It doesn't fucking work. But upon rewatching this again, I noticed like 3 pixels moving in that middle guy's mouth, and I realized he said laugh out loud. So while my original joke is invalid, someone still said laugh out loud. Out loud.
Okay, this is gross. I think this looks like a retainer.
I haven't washed that in 4 months.
And you wear it?
Yeah, I wear it.
I'm gonna get out some gloves for my spy kit.
And you don't clean it?
No,
That's sick.
I know.
I do not know what I'm gonna be touching right now.
I had a retainer for about 2 months before it fell through the pocket of my khaki shorts and I never got a new one again, but I washed mine more than once every 3 months, and I can tell you, that thing has got to be vile.
Oof.
Oh, you smelled
She
it.
smells it.
This is not good. Little turn off.
That is absolutely disgusting. Not even I would do that.
And I love that they're just questioning her like, why did you fucking smell that? Because, yeah, why did she fucking smell that? That is one of my favorite parts about this show, is when the people on the bus kind of collectively agree that whatever someone did in the rooms was kind of weird. For example, one of the last episodes we watched, the girl didn't like clean up something in the room and just left a mess, and they all gave her shit for it.
All right, let's go check out what's in your bedroom.
Hey, put the stick up.
Kenneth wears khakis.
You're such a nerd.
Let's see what size you are. 35.
I'm a big guy.
I'm thinking that I can fit 2 Sarahs in 1 pair of your shorts, but, well, actually, that may be kind of fun.
That's so cool. Can you please not hold up my shorts like Jared on a Subway commercial, please?
Okay, what's this? Learn how to knit?
You old woman.
I'm glad she was cool with it, because usually in these episodes, because of the time period it was in, there's always something like this, whether it be a knitting DVD or a game console, that now would be perfectly fine, but because of the time it's in, it's the end of the world. But she came in clutch and she saved it at the end.
Actually, you know what? I think it's cool. I like a guy who can be domestic as well, so maybe he can knit me a sweater.
As far as saving it at the end, I cannot say the same for Kenneth, because he just cannot say anything normal.
Maybe he can knit me a sweater.
I'll knit you some panties. I'll make them all pink and red. Put a little bell on them. Dig-a-dig-a-dig.
You're size large. I do like my guys to be kind of big to protect me and keep me warm at night.
I can snuggle you up. I'll be her bear.
Or smother her?
At least the animal on my head won't attack her.
Alright.
I love how awkward that was, like, no response at all. Yeah, or maybe smother her because you're fucking, cause you're fat. Like, remember how she held your shorts? Okay, well, at least I don't have a fucking animal on my head. I said at least I don't have a fucking animal on my... I heard you.
Alright, Kenneth, I think I saw what I needed to see. Let's go.
She likes some things. She'll like some more things when she knows me. When she gets to know me when we go out on a date.
I don't know, man. All she knows about you is that you own nothing but cargo shorts and you have a biological weapon on top of your dresser. That's about it.
I just got done with room number 1, and I really liked his encyclopedia collection. I like a guy who likes to learn and likes to read.
You know the room was a total miss when all she can think of is... The encyclopedia was cool.
All the houses kind of look alike. I hope you don't look like every other guy, because I like something a little different.
I definitely don't look like every other guy.
You're damn right you don't.
Pretty much every rebuttal from a diss on this show, and this goes for all of these types of shows on MTV, is usually one that would leave that person in the shower hours later saying, what the fuck was that, man? Why did you say that? Realistically, they probably just told them all beforehand, like, hey, take as many jabs at each other as you can. That's all we want you to do. Even if you can't think of anything clever or funny.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Wow. I like how his bathroom's connected to his bedroom.
Easy access in case I have to go pee.
Yeah. I think that's why they do it.
Maybe he's a cowboy. I'm from Arizona, so that could be kind of cool.
I am a cowboy.
The hat wouldn't fit on that hair.
I know I made a joke about this before, but I'm pretty sure this guy did not come prepared at all. Like, he took one look at this guy's hair and thought, well, that should be about all I need.
I like this full-length mirror. You kind of got to check yourself out before you go out. That's good. Make sure everything's looking hot.
I'm bootylicious.
All things considered, it's pretty impressive we made it this far into the show with 3 guys in the back of a van in 2005, and we just now heard her burp.
I have some dirty clothes.
Maybe she'll smell them. Sniff a sniff a sniff sniff.
What?
I think maybe it's time to mature onto the boxer briefs. These are a little kind of junior high to me.
Just a wee bit more mature. Just a little bit. Look at this much. Here.
All right, I get it.
Grow up a bit.
This guy is the human embodiment of doing the most. He does not stop. Like, I get the vibe that Caleb is used to being the most annoying guy in the room, given he does a dinosaur impression. So I know he's just confused right now, not being the most annoying guy in the room, or in the van.
Okay, I don't know what you're collecting here. It looks like medieval men, but it kind of freaks me out.
If you know Lord of the Rings, you know that's Gimli.
You're really a little kid. Little kid.
Also, why is this guy here? I don't think he said a single word this entire time. Maybe he assumed some guy on YouTube 17 years later would be psychoanalyzing everything he said and did on this show, and thought ahead. If so, pretty fucking lame.
Let's head up over here. Oh, this looks like a claw of some sort.
Wow, good point there. It is a claw.
Jesus Christ. Did they pick these guys up outside of an improv class or what?
The magnifying glass.
What are we gonna find now?
Look.
Let's see. Ew. This is definitely a claw, so I think you've killed a real animal.
You would think MTV was selling these spy kits with how much they just push it on us and use it throughout the episode for no reason. Like gloves? Perfectly fine, I understand that. But the magnifying glass, the thing isn't even that small. It's like right in front of her too.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't kill animals.
Oh.
I love animals.
Okay.
I don't know what this guy's game is here. He keeps going back and forth from like hating Caleb to then wanting to be like a buddy yes man. Oh no, dude, that's sick that you don't kill animals. But you were just about to fist bump me for killing animals. What? No. I was gonna punch you for like killing animals. Like, oh, I hate you for killing animals.
I just got done searching room number 2, and I really like the cowboy hat and the belt buckles. It makes me think that he's a cowboy, and cowboys are so sexy.
Why'd she say that like a little kid? I like room number 2 because he has a belt buckle and a cowboy hat, and that makes me think he's a cowboy.
And I didn't like the bird claw that I found. I thought that was kind of creepy. And I hope he doesn't kill birds, because I'm not into violence.
I always love these bare-bone graphics that MTV throws in here that nobody would notice if they took out.
Well, I can't make my mind up yet, so let's go to the last house. All right, so here we are at house number 3.
This is my house.
Yeah, I think at this point we figured it would be your house. I don't know whose else house it would be.
This is kind of a different neighborhood from the other 2. Doesn't feel as like homey or residential.
I really want to know what she thinks residential means, because I don't think she knows. I think she just thinks it means like suburban house. I've not seen a house that looks like this before, so I'm gonna say this is not residential.
Oh, looks like we already have someone here. Hi, I'm Sarah.
Brian.
Imagine it's just the wrong house. She walks in there, but that guy doesn't care because some fucking blonde babe just walked through.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Yo! Brian.
Well, can you show me where his room is?
I'll tell you. You go out the door, down the stairs, and it's the first door on your right.
All right.
I love how he's just not gonna get up. He's like, you can go fucking figure it out. My show is on.
Yeah, it's like she's going down to a lair.
I call it the Dane Gym.
The danger.
Of course, that joke just fucking kills with Kenneth.
Whoa, okay, I kind of feel like I'm in a cellar, but this is different. This is kind of cool. What else do we have? Okay, fungi cure.
Athlete's foot.
Do you have this?
No, I drank it. Yeah, of course I fucking have it.
At least you're taking care of it, but that's kind of gross.
Hopefully she smells my dirty socks.
I love how through this episode she keeps saying stuff like, I love that you take care of yourself, but... Ew.
Let's see what your style is. Oh my goodness. What is this beast? The two most horrible fabrics are combined, flannel and a jean vest.
What the fuck is wrong with flannels? Maybe this is like a 2005 thing and like flannels weren't cool in 2005. I don't remember. I was 8.
You're the only one that really has a good book collection. Makes me think you're intellectual.
Oh no.
Oh, Dane. Didn't your mother teach you better?
That's a lot of dust.
I'm guilty.
Yeah, I know. I'm guilty. Okay, dude, you gotta fucking cool it with the touching shit.
Always clean your wood at least once a week.
God dang! Man! El dirty Dano Dangen!
Okay, dude, you have been bouncing off the walls this entire time. Are you okay? Are you guys itchy?
I've been to 3 crazy rooms, and I really have a tough decision to make.
Okay, maybe there are some crazy rooms on other episodes, maybe some of the 9 that are available to the human population, but not on this one. Like, there wasn't even a room that came close on this episode to being as weird as that fully grown man's Superman room in the last Room Raiders video. Also, I don't think I touched on it, but like the fact that this is Room Raiders Gone Wild, what is Gone Wild about this shit? I honestly think they just threw it on at the end because this was in 2005, and I'd bet adding Gone Wild to the end of anything would make it perform better.
Now the guys find out they're gonna get a chance to even the score as they search through Sarah's room.
Yeah! So now it's finally time for the guys to check out Sarah's room. So now it's finally time for the guys to raid Sarah's room, and it's, as usual, the same thing all the time.
Open the door, let's go. All right, hey, you guys, I think we should bust out the spine kick.
Seriously though, every time it's guys raiding the girls' room at the end, it's always the same shit. There is nothing stronger than the urge of one of these guys to put something from her room on their head. Always happens. Usually underwear. Glad it's not this time.
You're looking stylish. Definitely controls an animal that's on your head.
Alright, could you fucking... What's your problem, man?
This is bathing suit mania.
What is this, man? It's padded crap. I don't like a girl that's trying to fake something.
Jesus, they always make a fucking mess too.
Remember, she still doesn't know which guy belongs to which room.
Whoa, hey boys.
Hey.
Oh, well, looks like I guess you're searching my room now. Tables have turned. Did you guys find anything good?
Why does she sound like she's picking them up from daycare after work?
I found fake breasts in the top drawer.
Oh, my little insert.
Squishy ones. I tried them on.
Okay. Better probably didn't know that, but
Yeah, I wore your fake breasts on top of mine. Oh, okay, I guess it's better to know that than to, you know what, not saying that, I wish you didn't tell me that at all. I mean, I can keep them if you want. I really fucking hope it's not you.
as you know, I can only pick one of you guys. So that means 2 of you have to go. In one of the rooms, I found a lot of dirt. And as you can see, I like to live in a clean space. So room number 3, I have to say goodbye.
Okay, of course, yeah, he should dust a little bit more. But that retainer, how do you smell that retainer that has not been cleaned for 3 months and that not instantly shape everything you think about that room from then on? Like, I know she is carrying the memory of that scent with her for the rest of her life, and she's gonna give a shit about dust?
Alright guys, I only can pick one of you. So in one room, I found a bird claw, and it was kind of creepy, and it makes me think that maybe it was a dead animal that one of you guys shot. So I'm gonna have to say goodbye to room number 2.
That's me.
And damn, Caleb might have had a chance if she didn't have that handy-dandy spy kit, because then she wouldn't have pulled out the magnifying glass. She would have had no idea what that was. It was way too small.
Actually, I found it on the ground.
Okay, well, better to know it's from the ground.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Kenneth.
Kenneth, I'm
How you
Sarah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I like your room, and I have to say, your sister is so cute.
She's adorable.
She is so lucky he got all of his bouncing off the wall shit out of the way in the van and is kind of chilled out now. You know what? On second thought, maybe it's not for the best that she doesn't see the true him right now.
Kenneth won, and he's a bigger geek than me, and he's a sick, sick freak.
I was pretty disappointed finding dust in her room once I found out that's why I was eliminated. I think she made the wrong choice. I'm pretty sure she's gonna think the same.
You know, I said that usually these guys just seem like they're just throwing jabs at each other just to do it or just to hype up for the show, but I think these guys mean what they're saying, and they're right. Literally any other episode of this show or any other show like this on MTV, I would have just assumed that the crew members made him hold on to that fucking boob thing. Sorry, I don't know what the fuck it's called. But in this instance, this one instance, I think it was all his idea. But yeah, guys, that was Room Raiders once again. I hope you did enjoy watching. If you did, leave a like rating down below, comment, let me know what you think, share with your friends, it all helps me out a ton. Subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of my videos. Thank you again to Babbel for sponsoring. Don't forget to use my link in the description, 60% off. With all that being said, thank you guys, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.